Hello everyone, we should be live. I am running a bit late. In fact, I couldn't have a chance to make myself coffee, so you will have to endure through the procedure, unfortunately. So we are about to start. It is one of my favorite, or rather it is my favorite, where we're going to see what is to expect, what is the immediate guidance. Karen, thank you so much for your $3 and Pisces Moonbeam, thank you so much for your 3 Canadian. You are kind of like super chatting for one another, so I'm just gonna input you, or kind of like set you in exactly as you are placing your super chat. As usual, make sure that you do both stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're gonna get your personalized reading. So hello everyone, Cinnamon Kiss, I can see that you are as well here, but you will, like I said guys, you will have to endure through me making coffee, because I just can't do it without it. Mattia, thank you so much for your $9 as well. Thank you, Mattia. Give me a couple of minutes, all right? Just give me a couple of minutes. Hey, Ada. Welcome to the stream. Oh my God. Yeah, for me, eh? Nah, it's cooking up. We'll be ready in about a few seconds. Danny as well, thank you so much for your $5. Mattia and Danny, make sure that you both guys stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're gonna get your message of what is that you need to know as of this moment. Something hidden, probably, or hopefully it should be. 1 second. There you go. All right. Okay. So, if you have paid attention, guys, to the thumbnail, there is a collective, okay, a collective reading, what the world should know as of this moment, or every single one of us. It's in the thumbnail, and the reading goes as such. The first card stands as the King of Swords, followed by the second card here, which stands as the Ten of Wands, and the final card we have stands as the Wheel of Fortune. Can I do more career and finances readings? I do general readings, so you can literally align what I am saying to your career and to your finances. That is how I do approach my readings in generally. Oh yes. Okay. So what we need to know as of this moment as a collective is that we have to be very careful what we're saying to our employees, for example, or to our employer as well, and to people that we do care for and care of, and so on and so forth. The upcoming few days, for at least according to these cards, whatever we do say, we are gonna be held to it. Okay, so say you promise that you're gonna help your neighbor about something tomorrow, but tomorrow happens that you do have more important things to do. Nonetheless, you are to be held to your word, or people will expect you to be accountable for what you said. And for that reason, we should be kind of like conservative with with our capabilities, so to speak. Don't promise something that you are not 100% certain, guys, that you can accomplish. Into the yeah, we have to watch our words, exactly. So when you promise something or when you say something, my point was that you have to be more than even 100% certain that you can kind of like live up to it. You know, you can see it through. Now that is from the negative standpoint of these three cards, and actually this comes from that elemental dignity that we do have, the King of Swords and the Ten of Wands, and it makes it very powerful. By the way, it's the other elemental dignity also is very powerful, but this one is as well. Now the other elemental dignity which we do have for the collective, the King of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. It kind of shows that throughout the next few days, maybe couple of days, I don't know how long that is gonna take though. Can I put it into words? We can fit things in. We can make things work. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna put it into words. We can literally can make things work in our career, in our romantic life, you know. And when I'm saying we are going to be able to make things work, I'm talking about the things that we are seeing obstacles for. So that's how it's going to take place most likely. It is where serious analysis over, you know, the situation, over the project, you know, and over the relationship, for example, is to be bestowed upon ourselves with the people that are involved into it as well. These should be a honest deliberations also. So you can expect throughout the next few days as well to be some kind of revelations whatsoever about how you stand with certain people, and what do you mean in generally for one or the other, what you do mean for that project and whatnot. And through these deliberations and analysis, the way out of the difficulties which are stopping us is going to be revealed. In fact, some of these analyses, they are going to transform into plans, and these plans are going to set a very effective drive, or we will be able to make a very effective drive from these plans. So it's a strong timing. It is literally what those cards are saying to us, or at least what they are saying to me. And if we are trying to figure something out, well, we are approaching that a very, very moment. So yeah, that is the collective, the cumulative, the collective reading. And now I'm going to start doing the zodiac sign readings. So for anyone who is new to this channel, to the live stream as well, hello Lawrence, welcome to the stream. Just to give you a heads up how this is going to work out. So guys, in the next hour and a half, I'm going to read for the 12-star sign. I'm going to start from Aries. I'm going to end up with a Pisces, and in between the reads there are going to be breaks, and in those breaks one of you is going to get a free reading. And all that you got to do in order to participate into these free reading giveaways, just stick around up until I do announce a break. A little bit of a hint here: one break is going to be after Cancer and the other one is going to be after Scorpio. Last one when I'm done with Pisces. And once I do announce the break, you can ask your question into the comments down below, and I'm going to pick one of your questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Anna, welcome to the live stream. I'm glad having you around. So Other than that, if you do wish to have a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you're going to find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you will see full list of my services, guys, as well their pricing, and based on your budget and as well your needs, you can go for whichever one kind of suits you best. And finally, the super chat support goes with the reading at the end of the live stream. So anyone who supports the channels, the stream, me, Pisces Moonbeam, through say super chat, you guys are gonna get your reading at the end. That's pretty much given. Hey, none. You're trying to build yourself a house, like by yourself? Are you a mason or something? Hello, Pa. Don't we all, Lawrence? Don't we all? All right, so that said, going for the message for Aries. First one for Aries, this is going to be the Seven of Wands. Followed by, my God, followed by the Four of Pentacles. And the next one, that is going to be the World. To read my full moon? What do you mean, Janelle? By the way, thank you so much for your 10 US dollars. Thank you. There will be a full moon live stream, yes. But you want to have a full moon reading? I don't understand. Just if you can confirm. By the way, Lauren, is that as well French name, Janelle? Janelle? I kind of feel stupid not knowing how to pronounce it. Right, so those three for Aries, like I said, and the message is pretty clear, pretty short, guys. It can work out. It's literally, that's the message for you. It can work out. Now, what the cards are referring to, literally, as with the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, when it is among friends, which what those two cards here are standing for, okay, so the Four of Pentacles and the World, they are friends to the Seven of Cups. It does refer to, you can call them kind of like ambitions, you can call them as well, if you will, dreams, all right? Things that one is hoping for, but it's kind of like one is not exactly certain, is it possible or it is not possible. Well, literally the message here for you, like I said, it is that it can work out, therefore it is possible. I will call them like that, your dreams are not fantasies, but they are seeds growing. So what is imperative that you should do right now? Well, right now you kind of need to, I don't know how to put it into words, set up maybe, where you know, you put some actions, and kind of like, even if you need to, you should make some also decision makings, which are going to set your future and are going to make it kind of like certain and solid. You definitely can do that right now, because before this message manifests, where the message is it can work out, you kind of need to reach a closure with the enterprises you are currently moving with. So it's not something that is going to happen simultaneously with a other, say, growthful enterprises, for the lack of a better word. So instead of trying to juggle with many things at once, finish what you have started for now, and then you will see, you know, that your long-term goal and dream, it's accomplishable, it's reachable, it can work out. Courtney, thank you so much for your $5. And yeah, I could do that. Make sure you do stick around up until the end, and we will see if you taking the job gonna be any good for you, okay? Right, so that was for Aries. Now moving next, we do have Taurus. Yeah, no, I was thinking so that it isn't French. Generally, what speaking language your name is coming from? Italian, maybe? I'm just trying to guess. So Taurus, first one for you guys, Ten of Swords, followed by the second card of the Three of Cups. And the last one, that is going to be the Four of Pentacles. So we do have those three cards. And unfortunately, I kind of like saying it with a smile, but it is a rough message, really, having that Ten of Swords right at the middle. Being an enemy to the Four of Pentacles as well, it pretty much, these two cards especially, are kind of talking about that you are... Well, they may mean couple of things, and it's a rough message, okay? Just fair warning here. It may mean one of the two things without a question given. First one, it is that you are not as far as you think you are with your growth and with your advances. And the second, which is the more plausible one, it means that a thing you think, which is a very strong and almost rock solid, let's say indomitable, it may turn out to be extremely fragile, right? So you may think, for example, you may think that a friendship it's very strong and there is literally nothing that can kind of like stand in between you two as a friends. Nothing can really ruin that friendship, and suddenly turns out that that's not literally the case. Suddenly it turns out that, for example, this friend you think as a friend is holding huge grievances towards you, okay? And that is gonna kind of like corner you to make some choices which you don't want to make, or undertake some kind of a actions that you don't want to make, but you will unfortunately see no other option available than executing this plan Z or plan C. I don't know how to really put it into words. And this with the communication or with the relationships, it comes from the other two cards which we have now. That is the Ten of Swords with the Three of Cups. These are a neutrals, and they literally point that for one or another reason the similar view, or how do you call it, the common sight, maybe, you know, you see the future in one way, your friends are seeing it in the same way. Well, that thing is gonna start falling apart. So the interests which you and your friends, God forbid, the interests which you and the person you love, they are going to start, you know, differentiate. And that will be what's starting to cause, you know, what you thought it is very strong to turn out to be very, very fragile. So it's a rough message, and it's a time where you have to, Taurus, prepare yourself for that. Okay. Can you avoid it? I don't think so, but you can mitigate the damage by doing these actions or choices that you would like. You thought that you would never have to do them, but alas, the time came. So yeah, it's a fair warning. Janelle. French. Oh my, it's French. Pisces Moonbeam. You are beguiling me into thinking kind of stuff. Well, I don't know, Charlie. Okay. Okay, Janelle. I will. You put your inquiry in. But yeah, Charlie, it very well could, mate. It very well could. Pisces Moonbeam should render a verdict here, because I am yet not an astrologer. Gemini. Your message. We have the King of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Swords. And the next one, the third one, that is going to be 10 of Pentacles for what it seems, okay? Okay, well, Baker, I know how to read Baker, okay? I know how to read. Oh my God, you are underestimating me. I can feel. In any case, those are the cards for Gemini. So, what do you mean not yet? Mattia. So for Gemini, they will have to step up with a person, with an individual or organization. Okay, this is the person or the organization. So that is King of Pentacles, and because it is a friend with the Ten of Pentacles that we do have here. Okay, it means that this person or organization, they hold resources. Okay. They hold resources that you need. Either they hold the money you need, or either they hold the connections you need. They hold the how do you call it? The approval that you need, and so on and so on. So it's kind of like they do hold something you need. Without it, you can't move on forward. And it seems that you have to put up with them. Now, there is a way how you can play them out according to these cards, because if you go ahead, you being genuine, I'm afraid, my friends, things are not going to work out in your favor. It's just this person is going to pretty much shove you off, okay? That is because they don't like being told things they don't want to hear, okay? And for what it seems, your idea or the way how you want to go about things, it's not exactly the way that they want to go about things. So you will have to kind of like, make yourself look perfect as a facade until you get the resources, and then you can play your game. That is almost like, applying for a mortgage. You kind of like try to place yourself as best as you can, and things that your bank doesn't need to know, you don't have to share, right? But they more or less impact they are impacting your mortgage, or at least this is how it works here in my country. How do you know that I was Bulgarian? I mean, my accent has nothing in common with a Bulgarian accent. Bulgarian accent is more close to Russian accent when it comes to speaking English. But in any case, Gemini. So what I need to warn you here is that this person or this organization, they don't have they don't need anything you have, at least at this very moment. Okay, what well, Ginger, thank you so much. So what they are hoping to accomplish here, is results in the future. So what you can promise them is something you will accomplish in the future. And this is the key word, later on. All right, later on, we're going to figure out how I'm going to pay you. Later on, this and this is going to happen, and so on and so forth. So here, you have to play with promises if you want those resources, of course. Okay. But like I told you at the start of this live stream in the collective reading, we have to be very careful what we are promising, because we are going to be held to the promise. So you gotta pick and choose your game. Now, of course, this could be an emotional investment, like, you know, you are in love with a person, that they hold that resource for you, okay? They hold as well a love for you, it's a resource for them. But they want you in a certain way. You know, you are a carefree individual, you have a certain mindset about the future, but I don't want to hear about that. Either it's going to be their way or the highway. Well, you can promise that you will change only if they give you time, and that way, that time, it's a pretty, you know, relevant, or a relative, rather, it's a relative term, meaning that it could be tomorrow, it could be in a week from now, or maybe 10 years from now, who knows. But all that it comes to, because that's the thing with the King of Pentacles, once they invest, it kind of like makes them stick with it. They can't handle the idea that they have invested into something that is gonna fail. I look like your friend? Or maybe. Maybe the camera is making me looking like your friend. But yeah, in my ID card, because in our ID cards you can see how many doppelgangers you have, people that have the same features, and they are on picture, they are very similar how they look like, and I do have 5 doppelgangers. Hey Sam, welcome to the stream. All right, so Cancer. First one for Cancer, that is going to be the 10 of Swords. Followed by the second one, which is the Page of Wands. And the final one, that will be the 6 of Swords. Those 3 cards. And I don't want to kind of like say a big word, okay? I don't want to say a big word. But literally, the message from these cards, it's either you do it now or you forget about it, like forever. Hey Cheryl, welcome to the stream. Well, I don't want to sound like forget about it, like forever, okay? Because that may not be the case for Cancer. Although, because we do have the 10 of Swords here, and this is a very powerful combo, right? These 2 cards. What do you mean? The word starts with F. Yeah, no, yeah, astrologer, exactly. Thank you, Mattia. Right, so yeah, this is a very powerful combo. 10 of Swords, Page of Wands. Pretty much means that into the upcoming week, or rather like into the upcoming few days, should you be not open for anything new, then there will be no embarking of a new era into thy life. It's literally that. However, in order to embark the new era into thy life, thou has to manifest 10 of Swords, right? And it has to manifest it through the 6 of Swords. And this thing here, I was about to say the word with S, but because it is, but this thing here, freaking terrifying. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you are dreaming about it even. It terrifies you in one or another way. You may be terrified. Well, you are terrified. It's a threshold. Take it that way. So it's a threshold that you know once you do traverse, things are gonna be better than things are right now, but you don't know for how long things are gonna be better, and that is the terrifying moment. Well, the cards have a huge message for you, Cancer, and the message goes like that. You have a dream, right? But when I say dream, I mean a dream, say, of being successful. Yeah, it's the ST thing. So things be dream of being successful, or dream of being in love, for example. And according to these cards, that dream, it's within your reach, okay, by you traversing this threshold. You may be daydreaming about this dream, or rather like a dreaming about this dream. You don't have to do it all the time, which daydreaming implies, but in any case, it's something you want. Well, tell me then, only thinking about it is enough happening? Because this isn't how the world works, okay? Here, 10 of Swords with the 6 of Swords, it's the moment you conquer your fear of making that step. Then these two cards, active supporters, literally once you traverse this threshold, whether it is about your job or whether it is about your friendships, whether it is about your romantic life, maybe, I don't know, maybe you are afraid proposing to your boyfriend or to your girlfriend right now because you are afraid, what if we get engaged? You know, are they gonna change their behavior? Or maybe you're afraid to approach your boss asking for a promotion, fearing that they're gonna fire you. Well, if they want to fire you, they're gonna fire you one way or another, okay? Here with the 10 of Swords, Cancer, you have to pretty much close your eyes and make the step forward. And, you know, whatever happens, happens. I mean, you have literally nothing to lose. Because even if what you do have right now, it's on borrowed time, okay? What you have right now within this situation, whether with a lover or with a job or whatever, it's on a borrowed time until you make the step. Should you make the step? Because you are in this situation where you have a choice to make. Are you going to make a sacrifice, or are you going to suffer a loss? Actually, a couple of choices. So first you have to decide, is this going to be a loss or a sacrifice? Because a sacrifice, it is when you make a choice. Should I move or should I not make a move? Loss, on the other hand, it's when a choice had been made for you. And that will happen should you wait long enough. So yeah, that is a big message for Cancer. It seems that it is time. I don't know what for, guys, but it is time. You have to, Serial, you do have to. Yeah, we are live, Sarah. Okay, so going into the first break, guys, now one of you is going to get a free reading. Anyone who wishes a free reading from me, you can input your question into the comments down below, and I'm going to give you about a 5 minutes to do so. Let me get my cards. Anna, thank you so much for your $20. You're so generous all the time, Anna. Thank you so much for it. Hold on a second here. I gotta get my cards, which are meant for a personal readings. But you know, guys, with the Ten of Swords, people were taking this card very negatively, okay? It's like something really terrible is gonna happen to you. It's terrible to a point where it's the final push, okay? Especially when it comes to a guidance card. When it comes to a guidance card, it's literally that you have the final move or the final choice to make and set yourself free one way or another. For example, the final move to make and sever the relationship or the abusive relationship you're in, or the final move to make and say someone that you, for example, love them, or the final move to make to confront your supervisor that you need better shift hours, or the final decision that you are going to make to leave that job and find another. It's something that there is no going back from once you make it. Okay. But in combination with the Six of Swords, it's mean that the result of this something far better than anything you have right now. And okay, I'm going to input that inquiry for you. Uh, Jen, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. Thank you, Jen. Make sure that you as well stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're gonna get your personalized reading. That's a very interesting question, Jen. Okay, Cancer making a move by a choice. So it's a very interesting question, Jen. It is because it pretty much implies what his tendencies are, which is the right question, or the right way to make a question, to ask a question. Karen, thank you so much for another $3 US, which are for a Charlie. So Charlie, you make sure, my mates, that you do stick around up until the end as well to get your personalized reading. Okay, 1 minute, and after that, oh my god, I'm gonna pick a question. Just hit my table. Can I talk more about choices versus sacrifices? Making a choice is a sacrifice, literally. All right, pretty serious questions. I'm kind of like struggling picking a question. Okay. Will I be able to live comfortably with the finances I'm on going into this new place? Sam Walsh asks. Let's check it out, Sam. Let's check it out. Yeah, you can pick. Okay, so next you, Pisces Moonbeam, you will gonna pick those questions. Well, basically, when you make a choice, you are also losing something, Serial, because imagine you have two jobs to take, right? You can't have both. You have to lose one over the other. And the thing about, or the mastery of making a choice, it's no matter what choice you make, you should not regret your decision, no matter what. Because there are people that are making a choice and then they are jealous that someone else has the other option available. That is very common when it comes to human interactions in relationships, right? You, for example, you have two suitors and you cannot be with both, that obvious, and you choose one of the two, and then the second one that you didn't choose kind of like falls into a relationship with someone else, and you start being jealous because you don't have that person. Well, you didn't choose him, of course you're not going to have them, all right? So you can't have everything. And that's the thing about choices that you need to understand. You cannot have the whole world. You cannot have everything. And therefore, whenever you are to make a choice, you must be certain that no matter what happens with your choice, you will end up satisfied one way or the other. Hold on a second. Ace of Wands for you, Sam. With the Empress. And then we do have the Four of Swords. So the answer to you, Samit, is that you are not going to be exactly comfortable, okay? But you will manage, all right? You will manage to meet ends. What those cards are pointing, it is that... Hold on a second to push my freaking table out of here. Okay, so what those cards are talking about, it is that you may end up having some... It's not like unexpected expenses. It's more like spending money for things you want to spend money for, which happens to be inessential, but spending on these money on these things are going to feel so much better than not spending money on them. And so you may find yourself in a situations where you have saved a little bit of money and now you have to give those money away for a acquisition that you really, really want to have. And that will be the primary... Can I put it into words? This is going to be the primary string. Other than that, you will manage to handle yourself with the finances in this new place. But like I said, you're not going to feel exactly comfortable. You can have it all. Maybe I should pay you teaching me how you can do that. Wow, T-Rob, I would like to know the same thing about me. Because everybody says that I'm a great guy, nobody though accepts me. Not just only about love though, okay? It's just there is such a struggle, anyone to accept me for what I am. And I'm not talking just only about love. And that's the thing. That's... You know, you can't be 100% compatible with everybody. And it's a real treasury and a gold when you end up with somebody who doesn't want to change you. Okay, and these people, to find such a person, extremely rare. And when somebody starts to criticize me about things, and when I say criticizing me, it's like changing me, saying what I should change about myself. Just I stop bothering with that individual. If I don't want to do it on my own, then there is no point trying to to explain why I'm in such a way. So it's a lonely existence that way, but it is the better existence than trying to be someone else. She can for sure. How much for the session? So this is what I'm trying to say to you all. Don't uh, feel bad because you do not fit in. You don't have to fit in everywhere. Okay, you have to fit in, but just with one person, and you will eventually. Sarah, you never been in a relationship? Hey, hello, welcome to the stream. Uh, okay, Leo, first one, that is going to be the 10 of Cups, followed by the second card of the 7 of Wands. And the last one, that will be the Fool. Okay, so those 3 cards. All right, so for Leo, your message here, guys, it's I don't know how to put it into words. It's more like it's a guidance, but it is subjective. Probably it is, how should I say it? That is because it seems that you are in a happy place, at least for now, at least according to these cards, okay? Or rather, like, you can be in a happy place. So you have all the prerequisites around you required, so you can be okayish, okay? But in order to accomplish that, you should, how can I put it into words? You should be open for the small things around you, okay? I don't know how to set it into. Well, yeah, that's the message. You don't need anything else. That's literally the message. So literally what these cards are saying is that if you are unhappy because you don't have a romantic relationship, you can make a romantic relationship with somebody that is already around you. Pretty obvious, in fact. You just have to open up for it. Okay. If you are unhappy because of work, okay, you can build up some kind of a work with the skills and with the prerequisites you currently have. You don't need anything else. So if your life, it's kind of like its worth is abating, you definitely have the means to regain back, either slowly, progressively, or all of a suddenly, the life or the worth for life, for you. That's the message for Leo. Now, the worst thing you can do literally is closing up and adopting this belief that, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. There isn't there shouldn't be such a thing for you right now. All that is to happen, it is because you make it so, not because you are meant for it. Or should I say it that way? Something belongs to the one who takes it, not to the one who believe that deserves it. So reach out and take it for yourself. Gratitude. What is even that practice, Sandy? All right, Virgo, your first card, guys, that is going to be the Five of Pentacles, followed by the second card of the Queen of Swords. And the last one, we have the Two of Cups. Oh my God. For the Virgo. It actually relates to your relationships here. Ginger, thank you so much for your 11 US dollars. Thank you, Ginger. Make sure that you do as well stick around up until the end of the live stream where you're going to get your personalized reading. As you don't have any inquiry, the reading is going to be what do you need to know as of this moment personally for yourself. Right, so this reading here, or the message, relates to your relationships, intimate relationships, business relationships as well, okay, as it is a general reading, in generally how you do interact with people, and especially the problematic relationships you have, where things are just falling off, right? Things are just not working out. For you, that is. And the reason why things are not working out, it is because of these two cards, okay? These two cards, and they kind of speaks about, it's very awkward combination. They're not working out because for one or another reason, and I don't know if Virgo are acting that way, but because the situation isn't perfect, it's kind of like there is kind of either shyness or either there is a pride out there, you know, and just because the things aren't perfect in between you and your colleague, for example, or in between you and your suitor, you kind of like you aren't prone, and not just only you, but as well the other person, you both aren't prone to give each other a chance to work together or to be together, you know, or to spend time together, whatever the case. But what really connects you, and especially if you are single, by the way, that is another message here, that if you are single, guys, someone with a similar future is coming your way. So the plights you were or you were going through are similar. That person went through a similar plight, and that is something which is going to pretty much relate you to one another. It's going to be a common ground, so to speak, that will allow you to kind of like develop this emotional attachment and that emotional connection that is going to be far stronger than the passionate connection, which is completely found only on the yearning for sex. Yes, kind of doomed. Exactly. The only problem is the style, though, and the style will be solved by the Queen of Swords. Now, that is not a person, okay? This card here plays a role of a determination. So here the Queen of Swords, or the determination of the Queen of Swords, which whenever Queen of Swords set a sight or kind of like sets a goal, it has what it needs to push it through. And the only thing you need to push it through is your emancipation and as well your determination. These both things. So the message pretty similar to Cancer, I believe it was, where you just have to move forward. But for you, it's going to be far easier than the Cancer one, because your plights are only that, you know, situation is good but not perfect, while the Cancer, it's that they are terrified, man. I mean, as I do remember the cards now, oh my god, they were going to be their feeling would have been dreadful or dreadfulness only if we had the Nine of Swords there, but with the Six of Swords is as well pretty close. Here, however, it is just, you know, because things. And yeah, it will be very beneficial for you, Virgo, if you kind of like, you know, the heck with the circumstances, I am just going to approach my colleague and ask them if they want to work out with me, or the heck with the circumstances, I'm just going to approach that person and tell them how I feel. The heck with the circumstances, I'm just going to go there and do my job no matter what my colleagues are thinking about me, and so on and so forth. You know, just do your part. That's what it is needed here. Fat finger syndrome? What is that? Hmm. All right, next one. We do have Libra. Okay. All right, so for Libra, the first one, that is going to be the King of Wands, followed by the Knight of Swords. Hello, Caroline. Welcome to the stream. And then we do have the Knights of Cups. Those three cards. Man, I mean, does this one want you guys? It does want you. For whatever reason, though. So we do have a either an individual or organization that wants you. But like I said, for a specific reason. Now, this is a very awkward elemental dignity that we do have here. So on one hand, they really want you. Okay? So, I mean, they really, really want you. Because it makes sense and because they really, really want you. Now, from the other hand, it's kind of like creates problems for them, okay, and for the situation as well. We can see the problems here in between the King of Wands and the Knights of Cups. Now, these are problems where, how can I put it into words, where this organization or these people are going out of their way in order to manifest the ambition they have with you, okay? So how you're gonna recognize this organization or this people or this person, it is when kind of like, you know, they do things that they totally don't have to do at all. Like, for example, talking with you occasionally when they don't have to talk with you at all, helping you, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like they have a thing for you, and they have taken their conscious choice to do it that way because of these two cards. Now, we do have a active friends here with these two, and this conscious choice was doubly successful or doubly good because the choice in between these two cards, it is when you know that you want that, right? And in the same time you feel that you want that. It is like the only choice that makes sense to you or to them in this particular case, and in the same time it is the choice they want to do. And so what forms here, it's a storm that from within that storm pops up an ambition. Okay, it pops up in an ambition, whether on an ambition they to build up a business with you, whether on an ambition for them to work with you, whether on an ambition from them to marry you, I don't know. Okay, some kind of an ambition, and they are determined to act on this ambition. Okay, they are determined to transform that ambition into a very, very, very powerful drive. Now, another thing, how you can recognize this organization or this person is if that organization has a lot of social events, like they are organizing parties, team buildings, a lot of them, and so on and so forth. And then as a person, that is a person who likes to enjoy life in a sense of that, you know, they like having a good supper, they like watching a good movie, you know, it's just they have that knack to kind of like entertain themselves or how can I put it into words? They have that knack to make their time runs pleasant. That's another way how you can recognize a person. And so we are approaching, and I really need your I kind of like, I need your fingers crossed here. I really need a good one, right? I really need a good one. For all of you who are new guys, I am Scorpio and everybody is crossing the fingers now. Because when Rad's happy, everybody are happy. Alright, we do have the devil. That's an amazing start. We have it for once. Okay, for once we have the devil. With the Two of Pentacles. We do. Ooh. Ooh. So how do I refer to you, to us? I'm sorry. How do I refer to you, to us? Hello, powerful. It is a power. It is a power. Let me have my vape. The heck is my, all right. What do you mean the suspense? It's not a suspense. It's such a... It was the moon, Ginger. It was the moon. So we do have these three for us. These three for us. So do you know what this means? You know what this means? It's one of the best elemental dignities you have. Okay, you can have. And it pretty much, it means it's not only is going to, what we are meant for is gonna come our way, but also, or it is coming about, but it also means that on top of that, we are gonna have it the way you wanna have it. So, well, the message of what we need to know as of this moment, it is that fated power. Yeah. Heaven or hell. Okay, there cannot be a heaven if there is no hell. But yeah, it's like so throughout the next few days, or maybe even weeks, or maybe as long as this situation, whatever the situation those cards are talking about exists, we do have the power to force circumstances or to make in circumstances. Yeah, it's a lucky boy, yeah. And but also not doing it unreasonably. There is so much to the message, okay? So because when you have the power of the devil, it's very often one can intoxicate themselves with that, and after that they have to pay the price for it. But because we do have the moon card over here, okay, because it is the moon card over here, we are actually now with all of ourselves in. It's kind of like that thing means something for us. It's not only something for some of you guys, it's gonna mean everything, okay? It's not just, this is going to be for some of you, is gonna be all that you have right now, and you're seeing it manifesting, right? You're seeing it working out for freaking once, okay? So for freaking once it's working out. finally. And it is something you love. It's there. I mean, with the moon card and the devil, that is when, you know, all the emotions you wanted to be a victim of, you wanted to be a part of, you wanted to feel that they're there, they are forming up, and it's real this time around. So with the Two of Pentacles from the other side of the devil, this is the the adaptability, yes, but that is the unconscious adaptability. So in other words, you do not change yourself because you have to change. You do change yourself because you want to change yourself. So to become more susceptible to the situation, to become more usable for the situation, because the situation uses you, but you use it as well. Or rather, like, the situation feeds on you, but you feeds on it as well. And that's the situation has its hungers. You has your hungers. Well, you both are going to satiate your hungers. So should there be money that you are meant for? They're coming, all right? They are coming. Should love is something you are meant for? It is coming. It's unavoidable, though. Did I mention that? Yeah, it's kind of like unavoidable. So yeah, I mean, it's a big time for Scorpio. It's actually, I don't know if you understand how serious this is. That is a thing you always wanted to be a part of, and you never were. It's forming. Is it Scorpio eclipse? Are you shitting me? Hold on a second. Yeah, it's a Scorpio eclipse. My lord. Well, it's not gonna happen through lottery, Cinnamon Kiss. It's not gonna happen through lottery. That is something which was coming your way for a very, very long time, right? It was sitting there, lingering into the void, waiting for its time to come about. Okay, it is a thing you are always deprived from, and you, like I said, you are emotionally connected to it. This isn't a lottery. If it was a lottery, it would have been, you know, something like a Wheel of Fortune with 8 of Wands and something like that. No, it's for example, if you are meant to be to make a family, okay, and these cards are happening up, they refer to all of the lessons you learned up until this point, with all the failed relationships you had up until this point, so you get yourself prepared for the big thing, for the finale, okay? And the finale, it's coming. And when I say finale, that is the chance that you are meant to have for real to make a family. That is just for example. It could play out in the same way in terms of job as well, and in terms of business. It's a huge thing, guys. It's coming up. Be ready to catch it. I hope I am. I hope I am. It's just so huge. And when you are around it, whether it is a person or a deed or whatever, you will feel it. I mean, you will feel that it's fated. Yeah. Alright, guys, so we are entering into the second break, and now one of you, like I said, is gonna get a free reading from me. All you gotta do is just input a question into the comments down below. For anyone who wants a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you are gonna find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you will see a full list of my services, their pricing also, and based on your budget and as well your needs, you can go for whichever one kind of suits you best. And finally, anyone who supports the channel in the stream through Super Chat, you guys are gonna get your reading at the end. That's given. hopefully is well, I don't know, Cinnamon Kiss, because that is, like I said, that is for a lifetime. I don't think that it refers for a job. It could refer for a business, but I don't think that it is referring to a job. But I could be wrong for that. The director job. Oh my God, Max. You are climbing up fast, eh? Either on Sunday or Monday, Mattia. Ginger, yeah, sure, I can. If you prepare for me an invitation visa and you grant for me as well, because I am single, and by US standards, being single, and because I am self-employed as well, I have no contract to hold me here. I am potential immigrant, and they will want a solid, how can I put it into guarantees that I am not gonna become an immigrant. Okay, for as far as I know, this is a deposit of 100,000. This is as far as I know. Chandra, thank you so much for your $5 US. So as soon as I have all this set up, I would love to come and visit United States. In fact, I always wanted to go and visit Vegas, Miami, Los Angeles. Not that much. Los Angeles, not that much, but Miami, that's for sure. Seattle, I wanted to always go there. Yeah, Chandra, thank you so much for your $5 US. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the topic, which is what you need to know as of this moment. It will, yeah, it will do for me. And internet. That's also something I do require. Well, you are a lucky one then, Danny. Have a good night. Have a good night, Justice. Uh, Up New York City. Well, I would like to go there, yes, but it is a bit too crowded for me. But I would love to go there and at least visit this big park. How was called a Central Park, right? Central Park West or whatever it's called. When I'm going to England to visit my brother, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon, but my parents are going there to visit. Hello, Lori. Yeah, it's all good. We're having fun. All right, so let's pick a question. To the serious question of Ginger, I would love to, but it's kind of like it's impossible at that point. Okay, it's just it's I can't do it. I am trying to Pisces Moonbeam, pick a question. Hold on a second. I have to text her. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I know that you guys likes me. I know that. I'm not doubting it. Karen, thank you so much for your 15 US dollars. Thank you, Karen. You put it a question in the comments. Can you retype it? Because kind of like I may. All right. Pisces Moonbeam picked a question and is going to be. Let me find it though. Oh, crazy. Alright, so where I get this new job, Queen Aquarich asks. And Liz, thank you so much for your 5 US dollars. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end as well, Liz, where you're gonna get your personalized reading also. On the topic, will he move on and leave me alone? All right. It's a very interesting question. In fact, it is something we practiced last time with my students. Yeah, I did. Oh, Sandy, I am... The last thing that you can say about me is being a gentleman. Do you know why? Because I'm not a hypocrite. When I don't like something, I'm just saying it. Okay? Being a gentleman means being polite. Alright, so Queen Aquarich. Let's check it out. Are you gonna get that job? Oh, I have a cousin in Chicago. I have a cousin there. Now imagine his face when I kind of like pop up on his door. It's gonna be a flabbergasting. It's like, what in the world? I can almost kind of like feel his reaction is gonna be like, oh, cousin. Head of Pentacles with Three of Swords. It is going to be the Seven of Cups. Those three cards for you, Aquarich, or Queen Aquarich. But that's the thing with those questions. It's they are very tricky, okay? Because you're asking me to make a decision for the one that it is hiring you, which I cannot do, okay? But for as far as it goes, or at least what those cards here are showing, it is that... Well, that's how it stands. If you are to take it, if you are to take the job, it's going to be a disappointing job. Okay, it's not going to be what you hoped that is going to be. So should you not take it, that is actually a blessing in disguise. And in fact, should you not take it, very soon after that, you are going to stumble upon another job. And I do believe by the look of these cards right now, it is that the place was sold out already. Okay. It was kind of like sold out. So I don't know. I may be wrong about it, but I don't feel, even if you do take it, I don't feel you sticking with it for a very, very long time. To do a Lenormand special sometimes, that's a really freaking good idea. Oh my god. Even I have them close to my hand. Oh, and I feel kind of bad that I didn't give you a straight answer, so let's check it out through Lenormand. Yeah, the job is a lie. I mean, you can see it in the Lenormand as well. I mean, we do have the fox with the house, and with the mouse. It's, oh my god, it's terrible. It's a lie. Job is a lie. The place is a lie. The whole dominion there, or the whole domain there, it's a lie. So if you do not get it, it will be far better, at least according to my cards now. You can feel free to believe or disbelieve what I am saying. So that's the message. That is your reading. Well, guys, couple of minutes, and I'm going to move to the last 4 star signs. But Cinemonkeys, that is a great idea. The thing about Lenormand is that you can't control the cards, okay? And they can show you really terrible stuff. And what if that happens, okay? What if they actually show that someone's gonna die, because they can show that? I can even show you the combo, okay? Because I saw it twice now in a Lenormand reading. Well, yeah, blame it on Mercury though. Blame it on Mercury, Pisces moonbeam. Sandra, of course not. Yeah, that's live, but people don't handle such a situation very well, Mattia. As the combo out of curiosity, I'm gonna show it to you, alright? In a second. So that's the combo. You do have the first card, which happens to be the sickle, okay? And then you do have the second card, which happens to be the 3. So the sickle always cuts the next card, or it always kills it. And then the 3 stands for life, so the life gets killed and falls in the third card, which is the coffin. Okay, so that is the death. Physical one, I mean. Where your life is coming to... No, it doesn't have to be yours, right? It could be someone in your family or close to you, but a life is coming to an end. That's the combo. SLCH 77 Thank you so much for your 10 US dollars for Sherry. All right. So, oh yeah, you are Sherry. I always kind of like forget your name. I do apologize for that. But Sherry, thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much for your 10 US dollars support. You, as the rest of you guys, make sure you do stick around up until the end, where you're going to get your personalized reading. Well, that's the thing. Lenormand is always spot on, even for me. Okay. Thing it is that you never know when it's gonna happen. It could happen in a couple of weeks. It could happen in 10 years. But eventually, it is going to happen. Someone, yeah, someone. No. Someone didn't get the. No one got that. No, it doesn't depend on a question. The 3 always stands for life itself. No, they wasn't, Sandra. They weren't. I haven't drawn cards for you because we are not in a free reading right now. That's why I don't do Lenormand. Or they can show that you are gonna get very sick, for example, or you can lose your home, lose your job, lose a bunch of money, and so on and so forth. And it's just, you know, when I draw the cards, I'm entitled to tell what they say. Okay, I just can't. I mean, my code of conduct doesn't allow me to sugarcoat it. Right? So that's why I don't use those cards. At least not in a live streams, videos, and so on and so forth. All right, so next one we have Sagittarius. First one for Sagittarius is going to be the King of Cups, followed by the Tower. And then the next one, that is going to be the Hermit. We do have those 3 cards. And you, Sagittarius, you have something like a savior around you, okay? That is what you need to know as of this moment. There is a person or organization, because these court cards, they could stand for an organization as well. Which person or organization is gonna offer you exactly what you need in this moment so you can end up with your BS. Okay, and when I say BS, I don't mean your BS, but the surrounding BS. It's like, imagine it that way, guys. You are having your life submerged with problems. Let's say it that way. Okay, it's a turmoil, it's a havoc, it's a mayhem out there, and it is just you don't know what to do, right? And suddenly, out of the blue, there is that either a job, or there is either that organization, like I said, or a person who comes about and tells you, hey, I have something to offer to you, right? And it is this. So imagine, for example, your love life is in mayhem, or even worse, it's not there at all, right? Because that's even worse than being in mayhem. So it's not there at all, and suddenly this person comes about and it kind of offers you such. Now, should they do so? Should that be the case, for example? Now, the King of Cups, as an individual, especially with the Hermit, as we do have it here, they take it very seriously. I mean, you need to know that for them it's even more serious and it's more impactful than for you. Because they are pretty much kind of betting everything they got on it. And they are doing it because they have had you into their spotlight for quite a while now. I mean, they have observing you, researching you, kind of seeing you, how you act or react, and so on and so forth. And at some point, they do kind of like make up their mind. All right, so that's something I have to try out, or rather, like it's I will say it that way. This Sagittarius, it's someone worthy of my offer or of my proposal or whatever it is, right? And so they come to you, and they are going to come to you and they are going to offer it to you. Now, this is a one-time offer, right? So playing, especially if it is about a love proposition, playing hard to get, it's not exactly the way going forward with it. And by the way, this is an offer which is going to take place exactly like I said. Either you don't have it at all. For example, you may not have a job and it is a job offer. You don't have a love life and it is a love life. Or you just have had your love life being ruined and you have an offer for a new one, okay? Or your job have been ruined and you have an offer for a new one. So it's an offer that there is no reason for you to deny whatsoever. It's just, it will be the most nonsensical thing you can do, but yet out of pride, or just because that's your way, that you, for example, if it is a love offer, you have to make the other person kind of like run for their meal, you know what I mean? You kind of like, you don't want to, you don't want to deny them, but you still do, because I don't know, because this is how you do things. And yeah, it's just, it's not like they're going to lose interest, but they're just going to move on to the next thing, because they don't have any time to waste anymore. Okay, just they don't. And what they offer is going to be for you, though it is very substantial, right? It's a direction. We can see that here with the Hermit. It's a direction. It's something very essential. It's new beginning, maybe we could call it. It could be a business opportunity, yeah, but it's gonna come as an offer, okay? And my point is that it will be a direction that it wouldn't matter who agrees with it and who doesn't. And the feeling of it is gonna be like you have something to look forward to, all right? You have something to hold on to. That's gonna be the feeling. Oh, Cinnamon Kiss, that is completely wrong attitude, okay? Because what tarot shows, it's potential. And up until the middle of June, you have that potential. And you have wasted so much time not developing that potential by looking for love, okay? So you are closing on that window. And I suggest you start doing it like yesterday. Start looking for love like from yesterday, moving on forward. All right, so that was for Sagittarius. Now moving next, we do have... Who do we have, Pisces Moonbeam? Who do we have? We have Capricorn, yeah. Karen, get ahead of you, or got ahead of you. We have Temperance with the Two of Pentacles, with the Three of Swords. I mean, Pisces Moonbeam, do you have something in Cancer? I'm asking you because I know that you are Capricorn. Do you have something in Cancer? Because you Capricorns are also kind of like, not in a, I would say in a rough spot, okay? I would say that you are in a rough spot. Kind of, I don't want to say scared. The word is not exactly scared. Well, you are scared of history repeating itself You are scared, and that comes from here, okay? That literally comes from here. The history is gonna repeat itself. These two cards. And the question is, can you make it work this time around? You can. Just you don't have to, you should not compare, and that is what you need to know. You should not compare the past with the present. Because, by the way, JT, thank you so much for your $20 US. Thank you, JT. Make sure that you also stick around a little bit longer where you're going to get your personalized reading. Right, so, yeah, I mean, you are kind of like comparing, or it's more like being biased, maybe it's the word that I should use. Take it that way. For example, you have been invited in a project, okay? And this project, it's kind of like, it may not be the same, but very similar to a project you worked before and you failed, okay? So now you're afraid, oh my God, if I get into this project, what if I fail this time around? Or for example, you have an opportunity to be in a relationship, the other version, you know, the romantic version of this reading. And kind of like you are comparing the potential of a future relationship here with failures that you do have right now. For example, you have been ghosted, or even worse, you have been cheated on, and it's kind of like with this person, what if he or she abandons me, right? What if he or she cheats on me again? It's kind of like it's these negative thoughts of failure, you know, of a betrayal, of not being good enough as well. It fits in this criteria as well. Kind of like start twists and tangles in your mind, and it is not allowing you to push forward. Or is it? Because what they are actually doing, at least according to these cards here, they are making you, you know, this moment where you are with your back against the wall, either through the circumstances, or either through such thoughts you have, or either because other people are pressing you with your back against the wall, and it builds up, and at some point it snaps, and you say, you know what, the hell with it, I'm just gonna go forward with it. And that is building up here. That is what you need to know. Another thing that you need to know is that this time around you're going to do it right. We can see it again from these two cards, okay, that you're going to do it right here with a temperance. Because the temperance, it is when you, regardless of the circumstances and the situation, you always find the appropriate measures, okay? You always find the right actions to make, the right words to say, and so on and so forth. So you kind of like do it the right way, which way is deprived of extreme circumstances. It is like you will maintain the motion, you will maintain the development, but you are not going to go into any extreme situations of you know, scandals, for example, or hyperactivity, or feeling how can I put it into words, feeling uncertain, and so on and so forth. The other elemental dignity that we do have into your reading, Capricorn, this one, very weak one, actually. It's not even worth mentioning. But this is a active neutrals, and it kind of points that you can align, all right? Because what this that you are sitting upon, okay, that you are afraid of, you could be afraid of losing as well. I mean, that's also something that comes to my mind right now with the Three of Swords. No, you shouldn't be afraid of losing, because otherwise, why is the Three of Swords? I mean, why would you have a negative thoughts that you're going to fail if you are afraid of losing it? No, it's I'm taking those words back. All right, so you're not afraid of losing it, or at least not to that big of an extent that this fear is going to make you move, okay? But my point with the Two of Pentacles, it is that you can align so it can make it work. It's not even a change, it's more like acceptance. Okay, yeah, things may not be rather ideal, but when things are ideal, right? I mean, there are always something that is out of the ordinary. There is always something that doesn't actually go the way we want it to go. But the thing with the Temperance there is that even though if things are not going exactly the perfect way, you still are going to be able to fit them in. So yeah, it's that's the message for Capricorn. You can't make it work, guys, and don't think the less of you. That's the message. Don't think the less of you. Past is where it belongs, or where it should stay, where it belongs, in the past, and just move toward the future. That's how it says. But how do you know that it's going to be toxic, Karen? How do you know that if you don't try it out? That's the point. Because you had toxic relationships up until this point, you are presuming that you are going to have nothing but a toxic relationships. So that is exactly the point here, that you should not take it that way. You should give it a go. You should give it a chance. No, it's not a break time. No, no. It's Aquarius time. Oh, and on a more, how can I put it into words, subjective and practical level, those cards for you, Capricorn, and they're kind of putting up with, and no, the word is no understanding. It's more like that you can withstand a lot of bullshit being thrown your way. Aquarius, first one, that is going to be Seven of Swords, followed by the Page of Wands. And then moving next, we do have the Lovers. The Lovers. If that's your situation, then yeah. Or you can make it work with your business if your business is kind of like, you know, in stall. So for Aquarius, it's a choice. It is a choice here. It's coming your way, guys. It's a choice about something new. It's a tough one. That is how it stands. You can make a choice and end up good, or you can make a choice and make everybody else good. You can't have yourself and the rest being good simultaneously. It's almost like, imagine, you know, you are in a family, okay? You do have a family, and you want to go on a vacation, I don't know, in Hawaii, but your wife wants to go in the Bahamas. And it's kind of like a choice where you want to go. Are you going to make yourself good and go to Hawaii, or you're going to make your family good and feel good and go to the Bahamas? I'm saying it in that way, but it could literally relate to everything else. Okay. It could be a choice in between starting a job or enjoying yourself. It could be a choice in between starting a relationship, you know, or just kind of like taking time for yourself and so on and so forth. It's just this choice you have in front of you, Aquarius. It's a choice where you have to decide: are you going to do what you want to do, or are you going to do what you have to do? Either of these options. Now, what you need to know is there is no right or wrong decision. According to the cards, it will be best to kind of like satisfy yourself before satisfy everybody else, because no matter what you do, guys, you can never satisfy everybody. There will be always someone displeased. Okay, so this time this time for a change, satisfy yourself for a change. Now, if we are talking about love situation, what you need to know here is that masks are gonna fall down, and you will understand exactly whom you are in love with. Some of you are gonna like it, others not that much. But those who likes it, they are conviction to be with this person is going to be certain. It's like there was this, no matter what, I'm gonna end up with this woman or with this guy. But those who doesn't, well, their conviction is going to be, I just want to get out. Okay, I want to get out. I don't want to have anything to do with this one. So which one of you is, or which kind of version of your of this you are going to experience, that remains to be seen. But whichever case is, you should be prepared for something new, Aquarius. And last but not least, we have Pisces. Amber, this is such a smart thought. That's so true. That is so freaking true. Well, that's one way to go about it. No, but then what kind of a family you are, right? Pisces, Four of Pentacles, followed by the Strength. And the last one for you, Pisces, we have a Page of Swords. These three cards. Well, the message is that you are skating on a thin ice. I just don't know what about. Or with what you are skating on a thin ice. It is involved with either an information or something you end up knowing recently. Okay? And it jeopardizes your establishments. It jeopardizes what you have established and what you are guarding up until this point, basically. So the guidance of the cards is to stick with what you already have. That is what you need to know. Okay. This information, idea, um, revelation, if you will, is going to jeopardize your domain, and you should do whatever you can in order to sustain your domain. So you have to push this thing away, kind of like you need to push it out of your mind. Is going to, I have to pull a Normand to see. It's not going to work out with another tarot card. But the thing it is that this new revelation or an information or whatever is going to start causing conflicts. Okay, conflicts in between you and your friends, conflicts in between you and your children, for example, conflicts in between you and your family, and so on and so forth. That is how you're going to recognize what is exactly the problem that jeopardizes your domain, what you have built up until this moment. And it's gonna be tough because it will feel like you are, it's not like losing grip, but it is more like you getting yourself more and more convinced that you are fighting for the wrong values, which is not true. Okay, so you may end up being beguiled by yourself, by none other than yourself, that you should leave everything to burn and just do something else, do something different, do something new, which it should not be the attitude really that you should adopt, at least according to these cards. So it's a test. What you should need to know is that there is a test coming for you. How much you are willing to fight for what you already have. I hope that you can fight for with no, what is the word? What are the words? I hope that you can fight with teeth and nails for it. Right, so that was the message for the 12, and now the last free reading is gonna take place. Anyone who wants a free reading, now is the time to ask a question. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pick a question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Sam, thank you so much for your three Australian, actually, $3 dollars. Yeah, I'm going to draw a card for you. No, a second to input the inquiry. Yeah, that bloody Page of Swords, eh? It's a tough card, especially on its own, especially being an enemy to the prime one. It's a tough card. If it is an enemy to the prime one, then it means that the conflicts are about to ensue, conflicts which none is gonna win from them, no matter who ends up on top. It's still a loser. Everybody loses. Karen, type your question. Pisces Moonbeam already picked the question, so I'm feeling compelled to oblige. Because I don't want to put a fight with her. You know, I don't want to put a fight with her. Karen, will the land issue be resolved soon in my situation? Asks Karen McConnell. So let's check it out, Karen. Are you hoping to sustain the land? Karen, do you hope to sustain the land? It's my question to you in regards to the free reading. Okay, those are the cards. Let me give you a time frame. That's what I thought, that you were hoping to sustain the land. If that's your goal, I can, yeah. If that's your goal, you will. By the way, the situation should resolve by the end of July this year, okay? But the thing is that you will not going to be pretty much happy in this land. The thing is that you can sell the land for the money where you can buy another place, that you are going to end up being happier than you are right now, according to these cards. Other than that, if you do want to sustain the land, you can, but you won't be happy there. What do you mean, how do I manifest? In what way? But yeah, if I were at your shoes, they want my land. I mean, they want to take over. Well, they have to buy it. Okay, just put it for sale, and they have to buy it, literally. How do I manifest? I don't manifest, or at least I don't I don't see it that way, because, you know, yeah, you won't have any peace. I mean, situation is not gonna change. That's the thing. It's not gonna change in terms of landowner. It's not gonna change in terms of neighbors and so on and so forth if you don't make your move. Which move? The only move is to... I never asked the universe. Cinnamon Kiss, that's the thing with me. I have no expectations whatsoever when I start something. My expectations are zero and I have no hopes whatsoever. Okay? So whatever happens, I am always pleased with whatever happens. That's, for example, let's say I go out on a date. I have no expectations from that date. Okay, I have no expectation that the girl is gonna like me. I have no expectation that things are gonna work out. I have no expectation of anything. And that way, if things doesn't work out, that's fine. If they do, that's even better. But the thing is that I don't end up disappointed at the end of the day. That is how I do manifest. Probably that is why I don't have much of a social life. Well, that should be none of your concern, Karen. Let that be a problem of the one who buys it. Is it? Well, my mother is Scorpio and she has pretty big hopes. So I don't think that that's exactly Scorpio thing. My only desire from the business was to do what I like to do, okay? And I had no expectations. Pisces Moonbeam can tell you that. In fact, Pisces Moonbeam was scraping down her nerves because of it. It literally was scraping down her nerves because of I had no expectations, no set goals. It's just I was doing what I like to do, which was not the way she wanted me to do it. And I was freaking her out. It was, in fact, with our business relationship, she were most of the time she was mad to me about something I didn't do the way was supposed to be done. I done it the way I wanted to do it. And this growth of the channel, it's organic growth. It's growth because people who subscribed and who are watching me, you guys, you're doing it for who I am. You're doing it for who I am. So yeah, that's the way I roll with it. And I do not concern myself with, you know, with targets like this month I have to make that much money as a target. If I don't make those money, I'm kind of like, you know, freaking out and I have to do something different. Oh my god, you know, it's the revenue is dropping down. I mean, yeah, whatever. She does. Thankfully, she's not my boss. I'm not her boss either. We are kind of like 50-50 into it. It's term of influence. So neither I can tell her what she has to do. She can't tell me, but will I listen? It's another story. It is, yeah, in so many ways, just not the ways you want them, right? Just not the ways you want that ways to work. I can feel for you. Well, thank you, Cinnamon Kiss. Hey, Tara. Or Tikara. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm not supposed to say these things, but you just can't fathom how many fights we had, and these fights were over such a small things. Okay, things that under I just gonna brush them off, and even Pisces Moonbeam at sometimes she was kind of like a flabbergasted about things I was kind of like brushing them off. For example, she had kind of like an emergency and she couldn't do her job, and she was kind of apologizing to me, and I was just, why are you even apologizing for that? I mean, go and take a day off, you know, because at the end of the day, if that is something I told her, all right, that this channel is supposed to give us peace, all right. If we are to work on it, we should do it without any stress. We should do what we love to do. If that's if that's a business, if that's a corporation, I better find a full-time job. That way, at least I know that I have a paycheck at the end of the month, which is steady. Okay. How did we hooked up? Well, we worked for the same person back in the days, and we are not hooked up. We just kind of like, we never met face to face, by the way. Uh, what do you mean? I don't know what happened to her. The one that loves me? Such a girl I can only evoke. It was how many years ago? 5 years ago, I believe. You're just, yeah, you're just testing the waters. I get it. I get it. No. No, that's not a tea. You wish. That's not a tea. It's a delicious coffee. I said that such a girl, the only resemblance is one 5 years ago, that I had a very brief relationship with. Very, very brief one. Yeah, you did. Oh my god, you did, exactly. Yeah, Tracy, we are at the super chat now. Hold on a second. Ah, okay. It's a slang. I didn't knew that. Yeah, Jennifer, I love coffee. Well, New York City, yeah, I mean, I have nothing, literally nothing to hide. Well, almost nothing, of course. If I just tell you everything, guys, I wouldn't be mysterious, am I not? And I am Scorpio at the end of the day. I mean, if I'm not mysterious, who is going to be? Who is going to be? And what I'm telling you is not a gossip, it's a fact. It's a really nice way of living, Pisces Moonbeam. I'm glad you tried it. So, Karen, your first super chat reading, which is going to be on the question, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have the Five of Wands for you, Karen, for that question. So, it's what do you need to know? It is that your situations, they can be reprimanded in a sense of that you can recover from whatever you are trying to recover as a situation, though this isn't about health, right? And with the Five of Wands, so what you need to know it is that the upcoming few days, they are going to be dappled with surprising events. Which surprising events you can use to your advantage? There are going to be few, if not a lots of turnarounds in situation. I do apologize, guys. In situations, and you can use skillfully, you can in cunningly as well. Let's not miss this this qualification. Cunningly, you can use those turnarounds to get the upper hand into your situations. Cinnamon Kiss, thank you so much for your £5 support. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer, where you are going to get your personalized reading on the question, should I focus on as a home business? Lenormand is welcome too. It won't gonna happen with Lenormand cards. Just they're not gonna give such an answer. They're just gonna say kind of a business, but they are not going to tell you. Well, they could tell home business, but it is again. Yeah. Oh my god, I did. I did check it. I know that you do have a question, okay? Now it is your question. Yeah. Pisces Moonbeam, I mean, you wish, right? You wish. But no, it isn't. In fact, it's, at least according to these cards, in fact, it's building up, you know. You know what I mean? It is freaking building up. If you're curious about the cards, um, those are the cards, okay? Should you be curious about them? So to your question, no, by a, and I mean by a large margin, right? By a freaking large margin. Um, oh, thank you, Leah. Welcome to the stream. All right, so Mattia, Nine of Cups for you, Mattia, with the Justice. So what do you need to know is that you know you can take it easy for the next few days. For what it seems, at least for according to these cards, you're taking way too serious some aspects into your environment, whether it is the aspects of whether it is the aspects of a of your family or of your business. And it is not a bad thing by a large margin, all right? I mean, by that way, you are kind of like holding, it's not exactly in control, but you are accountable everywhere, all right? And you are doing a really, really good job managing your time a proper way. Now, however, according to these cards, the more you do it that way, the more you lead your life that way, the more you numb for, I would say that way, you numb for happiness, or how can I put it into words? Things that are supposed to make you happy are making you less and less happy. So it's kind of like those cards are pointing, and what do you need to know as of this moment? It is to lose the news a little bit, you know. It's kind of like, don't take things that much serious. Free a little bit more time for yourself so you can kind of like enjoy your life in a certain way. Other than that, it seems that other than that, you Pisces Moonbeam, you are screwing up with my concentration. Other than that, if you are afraid of losing something, it's not going to be that easy to lose it. Okay, that is as well the answer, or rather, like, that is what you need to know. Danny, Danny, for you, we do have the Tower. So before you freak out, because you do have the Tower, you need to know the Tower is all about a personal transformation. It's like the Tower, it is when, it could be when you do realize that there are more important things in life, okay? Or the circumstances make you understand that there are more important things in life, okay? Doesn't have to be something terrible, because many interpreters are, oh my God, you do have the Tower. How are you even alive? You know, it's kind of like, what are you talking about? So the Tower doesn't have to be something bad, okay? It's just something unexpected. And yeah, because it is unexpected, you may take it as a rather unpleasant, you know, circumstances, follow-ups, and so on and so forth. But ultimately, it kind of leads to growing effect into your life. And the thing it is that when the Tower happens, and it's going to happen exactly where you have no progress, okay? So that is this expected there. So for example, if your career, it's kind of like not budging forward, you know, you are sitting on the same place for a very, very long time, then you may find yourself suddenly being laid off, or being, I don't know, being reassigned, and so on and so forth. And you may take it the wrong way, in a way that you may think that this is something terrible that it is happening to you. And in fact, it is the way that the universe is putting some embers on your heels, telling you, you got to move, damn it, you know, you gotta move. And you will have no choice this time around, and you will have to move. So that is what you need to know, that very, very soon you are going to be forced by the circumstances to make something unorthodox for yourself, and that way to grow forward. Gemini, next week, important contracts. We do have the Five of Swords. Oh my God, with the Knights of Cups. So those two cards. Good night, Mattia. Have a great one. So Gemini, you can actually kill it with these contracts. Okay. The thing is that how much you are willing to screw the other party. Okay, this isn't the time where you are honest, if I may say it that way. This isn't the time where you should be, or you are accountable. This isn't the time where you are, it's not the word is not even professional. This is the time where you do exploit every single weakness from the other party. Those contracts could be as perfect as they can for you and as beneficial, should you be willing to look the other way when it comes to dignity, you know, when it comes to integrity, when it comes to, I can't find the other word. But other than that, you can sign up those contracts and they can be successful. It is just, it's not going to feel right. Okay, the way that you are going to succeed through these contracts, at least according to my cards. You would have wished the things happened in a different way. Hey, Elise. Welcome to the stream. Courtney, taking the offered job. Should you take the offered job? Sure. So if you do take the job, you will do the right thing. We have the Hermit. That is your answer. Anna, lunar eclipse effect on me. The card is the King of Wands with the Two of Wands, with the Ace of Wands, with the Two of Cups. I'm sorry. So these three cards for you, Anna. Well, that lunar eclipse is gonna put a toll on your interactions with other people, especially work environment. I don't know what kind of a work you do, Anna. I mean, I am taking you as a friend, okay? We are friends for a very long time and I have no idea what you are working. But especially in the work environment, this lunar cycle is gonna put a toll on your relationships with colleagues, you know, with clients, for example, with your supervisors and so on and so forth. So you're not gonna have the most comfortable experience with these people, and it's always gonna feel like, you know, they are getting in your way, and it's gonna be irritating, so to speak. It's gonna feel like they're breathing in your neck and they're always telling you what to do and how to do it. Now, on the other hand, though, personally for you, this lunar cycle is gonna be great because within it you will end up having a very gainingful enterprise, very gainingful opportunity. We can see that opportunity here, okay, with these two cards. It's unlikely that this opportunity is going to be about love or is going to be about partnership. That is, well, then maybe with your mentors then, okay? Maybe with your mentors. But this opportunity doesn't look like that is going to be about relationship or is going to be involving other people. This is going to be a singular personal enterprise only for you to experience. And it's going to be something you do find very interesting and very enthusiastic. And how can I put it into words? Something you must explore, because it will be a thing you never experienced before and that you do wish to at least try it out. And finally, this lunar transit, you will feel more spending time on your own and indulging yourself with the things that you find amusing, okay? Indulging yourself with food, for example, or with movies that you like watching and so on and so forth. And you ain't gonna miss company because you wouldn't need any company. Jen, career making a move. Cancer, oh my god, no career. Cancer making a move by a choice toward me. Those are the cards. I don't think so. It's just this Cancer you're talking about, they do want too much of assurances, too much of a warranties. By the look of these cards, it is like they just want you to be like I don't want to say the word slave, but more like a subjugated, and then they are gonna make a move. Okay. Because I'm checking their intentions, and their intentions are not entirely benevolent for the look of these cards. Okay, not entirely benevolent. It's like them making a move, right? But every action and every choice carries on a price, and they want to make a move, and they don't want to pay the price for the move that they are gonna make. Okay. Other than that, their intentions are, yes, to make a move, just not in those circumstances. So until the circumstances are right, they're not going to choose to make a move towards you. That's unfortunately. And in fact, I don't think that this Cancer have the same affection that you do have for them. Okay? You are more into it than they are. Charlie, your card is the Nine of Swords. So, Charlie, what do you need to know, mates? It's that yeah, I am sorry as well, but it is what it is. So, Charlie, what do you need to know is that I think I told you that before. I'm not certain exactly, but I told you that before. According to these cards, according to this card here, there are some radical actions that you can make, and without you making them, you at least at this stage, you're not going to improve your circumstances. So you just have to kind of like swallow up your fear of making those actions and just do it. That is the guidance from the card. Jinja, your card, Two of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. We have those two. Well, let me get back to Charlie for a little bit. It is just with this card, Charlie, people were afraid of acting because they are afraid of the consequences of their actions, okay? But the thing is that it cannot really get any worse than that. So imagine it. Imagine the situation where you are afraid, for example, of being left alone, right? You are afraid that if you do say something to your girlfriend, she's gonna leave you for it, okay, for what you say. And what you have to say is something really, really important. Well, if your girlfriend is gonna leave you for such a thing, you are gonna be better off that girlfriend, okay? So you have to overcome your fear and just say what you gotta say. In your case, whether it's about saying or what is about doing, you gotta kind of like swallow up, you know, your fear of the consequences, what your actions and what your choices are gonna bring to you, and just, you know, do it. Yeah, I did, Janelle. I did, and I told you that you will be, and you can kill it with the contracts. You can rewind and watch the reading. It was the Five of Swords and the King, the Knight of Cups, I believe it was. I did. So, Ginger, those couple of cards. We do have the Two of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. And yeah, Sunday or Monday for the eclipse. Oh my god, alright. Ginger, hold on a second. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, Ginger, I'm gonna move you to the end, alright? Because I have to reshuffle and I'm gonna move you to the end, okay? Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. All right, Chandra, your card is Temperance. And what do you need to know, Chandra? It is that you don't have to everybody, you should not strive to convince everybody in your beliefs and as well into your agenda and into your goals. All that you gotta do is just surround yourself with people that may not agree with you, but they honor your choices. Other than that, what you need to know, it is that you are entering in a period where you will face solidarity and compassion from the people around. And as well, what you need to know, it is that no matter the circumstances, you can definitely pull it through. And whatever chores you are facing, it seems that you will be able to handle those chores severely, relatively easy. Karen, can John be trusted in relationship? Define trusted. Because according to the cards, he can to a certain extent, but I do need to know what expectations you do have of a trusted. What do you want to trust him for? Okay. I'm waiting for your answer. Oh, meaning a relationship. Well, Karen, if you end up in a relationship with this person, it's kind of unlikely that he's going to... Well, that's the thing. Loyalty, yes. Personal valuables, not that much. Okay? That's a thing here. It's like, if you personal valuables, for example, if you entrust him your bank account, he may end up spending money about things he does not warn you about. But loyalty, in a sense, being together and him leaving you for another person, that's unlikely by the look of those cards. I mean, this person is, I will say it that way, say that the trust, it's kind of like a frame, and this person is gonna skate exactly by the edges of that frame. It's like if trust is a law, he is going to use up that law to the best of his advantage. Okay, so that kind of a guy you do have at hand here. What I need to warn you about this person as well, it is that when you talk with him, all right, and you say stuff, yeah. So when you talk with him, all right, and you say stuff, he may not show you that he is hurt by those stuff, but he is. You need to know that he is very fragile from within, and that's why you gotta mind what you are saying. Okay, being aggressive, being critical, and so on and so forth. It's something that inwardly he's not handling very well, and that could be a reason why he is ghosting you time to time. Liz, will he move on and leave me alone? Nine of Pentacles. He has to find better than you. He just has to find someone better than you, which eventually is going to happen. It is just not anytime soon, Liz. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's very, very sensitive. And by the way, not a big helper as well. I mean, if you do need something to him to help you with, he will always gonna try to kind of like, you know, get something out of it. You know, that's not exactly a benevolent support. So loyal, yes, but kind of like supportive and trustworthy. Not exactly. I mean, it is, but hey, Ghost. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Sherry, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have the Death card for you, Sherry, with the Ace of Swords. Well, what do you need to know? It is that you don't know everything. That kind of sounded stupid, but yeah. Well, I would say that way. You don't have the full the whole information over a situation which is walking away, literally. So if I give you an example, let's say that a friend of yours suddenly doesn't want to be a friend with you anymore, and you just can't fathom why that's the case. Well, that is because, like I said, you don't have the full picture, and unfortunately, according to these cards, it's unlikely that you will ever gonna have it, okay? So the best thing you can do here is just kind of like move on, right? You are on a place where what no longer serves you in any way, it's walking away. So from that friend, you cannot have any positives anymore. And for that reason, you just have to leave them alone, leave them walk away. Same thing it is now. It could happen in a more drastic cases, you know. For example, a person you are with may want to leave you, or the job may want to kind of like lay you off, and so on and so forth. Or it could be in a much more milder case where you do realize that, you know, you gotta stop doing something and you don't know why you gotta stop it, but you do have that feeling. Well, whatever wants to walk away from your life, that's the point here. You don't have to figure out why. In fact, you trying figuring out why that thing wants to move away, it's only going to dwell you in it even further, where you would want to kind of like borrow its time, which is not the best thing you can do. Instead, you gotta leave it alone. Thank you, Sandra, for your $2 US. I'm just not certain how I can help you with that. Oh, you wanna know if you're gonna end up with someone? All right. Thank you, Sandra. And my condolences about your daughter. All right, JT, what do you need to know? We do have the Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. Then it is the Five of Cups. Those three cards. Oh, that is so much to be said here. So first of all, what those cards are pointing is that whatever plights you are facing right now, those plights are temporary. Okay, they are not permanent. And you can speed up its you can speed up the resolution by changing the way how you do address those plights. Say you do have plights into your relationship, that is not going to be forever. You know, things are going to normalize, things are going to fix themselves up, but you can speed up that by addressing your relationship in a different way here. Okay. Also, those cards are pointing that your plights or problems, let's call them problems, they're not as big as you may see them to be. Okay, in fact, they're far more petite, but it is just they are a chain. Okay, so one thing leads to the next, and so on and so forth. So you do have them. So it's just they are small, but it's a cluster of them. Okay. And that is what is causing the more severe issue. Another thing that you need to know, it is JT, that you are not alone in this. Okay, there is someone that is going through either the same thing, or they just kind of like want to help you in any way. So taking up a helping hand here is also not gonna hurt you, nor is gonna hurt your, how can I put it into words, your ego. If ego is something that it is depriving you of of taking on a help. And another thing that you need to know is that you do have some potentials that you are not developing right now. They are within your grasp. For example, you have built up a business, okay? And this business is, or you are operating this business on 70% capacity, because you can offer a new service, but which you are going to be very good at, but you do not offer it for, I don't know, reasons. I do apologize, guys. Oh my God. So yeah, it's that's why it will be a fantastic time right now for you to slow down your pace a little bit, okay? And just think about what you can kind of like sell right? What kind of skill of yours you can sell, or what kind of a relationship you can further up, because it seems by these cards that you are pacing yourself up far too quickly to kind of like take the 100% maximum of one thing or the other. Oh, thank you, Ginger. Thank you. So what is it you need to know? And yeah, if you are facing currently problems here, JT, don't worry about it at all. I mean, they are a fixable, okay? And in fact, even if you do, or a losses, in fact, if you are facing losses, they are going to be reprimanded in a sense of they are reparable, okay? And those losses, you will regain back those losses, or rather like you will regain what you have lost, so to speak. That is what you need to know. Some card for a hidden helping energies. You couldn't have it better, right? We do have the Hangman, and the Hangman pretty much points that the resolution of your problems, Sam, it's already decided. They are gonna be resolved. Just you gotta wait a little bit. Now, important thing to know with the Hangman, don't do stupid things, mate, okay? For example, you gotta talk with someone, this person tells you something, whether it tells you yes, whether it tells you no, don't press them any more than that, okay? Things are gonna play out in a certain way that you're gonna end up on top, regardless of their answer. Just don't push anything. JT, I don't think that this relates to you being ghosted, and if it does, then what those cards are saying that very soon you will meet someone who was ghosted as well, and you're gonna find that as a common thing to relate to. All right. Cinnamon Kiss. What should I focus on as a home business? I can't answer that, Cinnamon Kiss, because I cannot make a choice for you. Okay? So I'm going to take on the question, is the home business something you should develop? And that is your card here. And literally the card is telling you what the hell are you waiting for, right? What in the world you are waiting for? But since you are asking, definitely it's the home business. Okay, definitely it is the home business, delivering people news or information. That is what you need to do, delivering people an information, which is positive information. I don't know what that means for you, but it should mean something. Sandra, you are asking if you are going to be alone forever. That's your card. And Sandra, no, you're not going to be alone forever, but you got to make an effort. Okay, you just got to make. The thing it is that according to this card, the Six of Swords, it's almost like nobody knows about you. Okay, nobody knows about you. So you gotta step out under the sunlight. People need to see you, okay? People need to see that, and even feel, if you will, that you are open to have someone by your side, whether as a friend, as a lover, as a something. So you gotta open up. That is the only thing that is stopping you from having someone. Cinnamon Kiss, no, not like a journalist, more like a therapist. Okay, kind of like giving people advice, so on. Could be influencer as well, something like this. And Ginger, let me check on your thing here, okay? Just on time, Ginger. Let me check on your question one more time. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. Yeah, motivational speaker also would work. Cinnamon Kiss. Well, Ginger, we do have those cards. Okay. And as much as I would like to see the Eight of Swords in its positive way, okay, which means in a positive way, the Eight of Swords is always like kind of like being more capable into what you are asking than you think you are. I think by the looks of those cards, there will be a confusion. Okay, so you will have to follow up with some kind of an elaboration or an explanation. Okay, that is and that is if you do not hear from the subject. So should you not hear from the subject, kind of like follow up with something. That is very important because you may be mistaken, right? We may be misunderstood in a certain way. And yeah, that's the other version of reading those cards. It's like that you do kind of like, it's not like you send it in the, you sent it in the wrong time, but it's more like you sent it a bit prematurely. Okay. So yeah, it's you may be asked for a certain explanation or something like. It's just with these two cards, there is some disruption in the communication, and that your words are not taken as your words should have been taken. But other than that, Ginger, this should kind of like, it's setting up the situation for a stir, and I mean for a huge stir. Only you have to, should you be sought for a explanation, once you do it, then things should start speeding up. In fact, they may start speed up faster than you would like them to speed up. Oh no, that's you always have such a situations, Ginger. What I mean is that, you know, you say things the way you see them or the way you feel them, and so on and so forth. You never know what the other person or organization or a job or whatever is gonna understand. It's just we people, we see things in a different way. And there is nothing wrong of asking for a clarification. You know, I am in Bulgaria, and our educational system is kind of terrible. truth be told. Okay, but in the university, this Bulgarian professor who was a professor in an American university, it was a pretty prestigious one, for some reason came to Bulgaria for 2 years, and he started kind of like educating us, kind of like leading up a mathematics, right? He was teaching us mathematics, and his lectures were, I actually enjoyed going into these lectures. But what he told us is that, you know, whenever he was kind of like explaining us something, and every time he was turning back to us and he was asking us, you know, is there anything you did not understood? And you know, at the start you were kind of like shy and so on and so forth, and at some point you say, no, come on guys, I mean, you gotta ask if there is something you did not understood, because I know that you are afraid that I'm gonna laugh at you or kind of like name you stupid or anything like that. But you need to know that there are no stupid questions. Any question, it's a valid question. There are stupid answers though. Okay, so there is no problem for a explanational speech or anything like that. The problem is if the other one doesn't take it, then that's kind of stupid. You're welcome, Cinnamon Kiss. Alright guys, I think that this is gonna wrap it up for tonight. It's almost 6 a.m. here. Thank you so much for sticking around. Again, if any one of you wants a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you're gonna find in the description down below, and we are gonna see each other either Sunday or Monday, should I be fit for it, for the total eclipse. What it is again? We do have a full moon lunar eclipse, which is, by the way, total 25 degrees, or rather like 80 degrees, 18 degrees. I don't know, I can't read that. But in Scorpio, that's the important thing, all right? So it is in Scorpio. And yeah, we're going to see each other then. And up until then, all you need to know is that I love you guys. And see ya.